Welcome to today's Explainer. Today we're going to act a bit like modern explorers. We're mapping the unseen, chaotic world of residential plumbing right beneath your feet. We'll be using Shively, Kentucky as our really fascinating case study to uncover exactly how your home's hidden infrastructure is constantly interacting with the sometimes hostile environment around it. So let's jump right in with the big question. Why do homes built before 1980 have so many plumbing problems? It's a question that plagues so many homeowners in older neighborhoods, right? From sudden, unexpected leaks to mysterious water pressure drops, the answer actually isn't just about old pipes. It's really about a complex system that's under constant attack. Here's how we're going to break this all down today. 1. Shively's unique plumbing environment. 2. Anatomy of aging pipes. 3. Common local plumbing nightmares. 4. Codes, permits, and standards. And finally, 5. The professional 3-step solution. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Shively's unique plumbing environment. It's fascinating and, honestly, a little intimidating to realize that properties in this region face a literal triple threat. First off, you've got this expansive, clay-heavy soil that physically shifts with seasonal moisture changes. That puts massive stress on underground pipes. Then, because the area sits near the Ohio River floodplain, high water tables are constantly threatening basements with moisture. And if that wasn't enough, you have hard water from local treatment systems that slowly calcifies, leaving stubborn mineral deposits right inside your fixtures. Which brings us to a really crucial number, 1950. When you combine those harsh environmental factors we just talked about with a housing stock built heavily during the post-war 1950s and 60s boom, especially in areas like Parkway Village, you essentially have a ticking time bomb of aging infrastructure. Moving right along to Section 2, Anatomy of Aging Pipes. So here's the absolute crucial point. If your home relies on old galvanized steel supply lines from the 1950s or older clay sewer pipes near Southside Drive, it is really not a matter of if they'll fail from internal rust or root intrusion, it's exactly when. By contrast, modern supply codes dictate copper or PEX materials, which form today's safe and highly reliable standard. To help visualize this, let's zoom in on galvanized steel for a second. I want you to imagine a galvanized pipe slowly suffocating itself with rust buildup right inside your walls. The zinc coating wears off over the decades, and that rust just restricts the flow. This explains perfectly why you might be experiencing sudden pressure drops, especially during those peak summer months, or seeing rusty water when you turn on the tap. And that leads us to Section 3, Common Local Plumbing Nightmares. It is honestly like a science fiction movie where nature actively reclaims our infrastructure. Older clay pipes have these separated joints, and if you have large mature trees, we're talking willow, maple, or poplar, within 20 feet of your sewer line, well, they're actively hunting for the moisture inside your pipes. They're incredibly thirsty, and your pipes are the oasis. Once inside, those hair-like roots expand, catching waste and creating just chronic, massive blockages. Meanwhile, inside the basement, there's another threat entirely. With the area's clay soil expanding when wet and increasing hydrostatic pressure against your foundation, your sump pump is working absolute overtime. So I want you to mentally check your own basement right now. Are you hearing grinding noises? Is the pump running continuously? Or maybe you're seeing standing water before the next heavy rain even hits. Because if a pump fails during a storm, all that groundwater is coming straight inside. And speaking of water inside the house, consider the number 40. That's the number of gallons of water a standard, failed 10 to 15-year-old water heater will just dump directly across your basement floor. Hard water accelerates the sediment buildup that insulates the heating elements, causing premature failure. And let me tell you, those 40 gallons will absolutely ruin drywall and carpets in mere minutes. When panic sets in over a backup, you might instinctively reach for harsh chemical drain cleaners. Actually, scratch that. It's a terrible idea. They're just a superficial fix that literally eats away at your older pipes over time. Professional hydrojetting is really the only way to protect them. It uses commercial-grade water pressure to safely clear out that buildup every 18 to 24 months, and it does it without destroying the pipe itself. Okay, let's shift gears a bit to Section 4, Codes, Permits, and Standards. Now, I know building codes sound like boring red tape, but they are actually the exact scientific parameters required to keep your home healthy. Mandated supply pipe sizing ensures you actually have decent water pressure. A minimum drain slope prevents waste from just sitting in your pipes. And strict venting requirements ensure that toxic sewer gases don't back up right into your living room. This directly matters to you as a homeowner. Well, you can swap out a sink faucet without paperwork. Skipping permits on major replacements like water heaters or sewer laterals leaves you totally liable. If that unpermitted new system fails, you could be facing massive water damage that your insurance might completely refuse to cover. Plus, it can heavily complicate selling your property down the line. Let's bring it all together in Section 5, the professional three-step solution. Plumbers use a highly structured, three-step methodology designed to take a homeowner from a state of absolute panic to guaranteed long-term relief. Those steps are assessment and diagnosis, repair and installation, and finally, testing and follow-up. What's fantastic about this diagnostic phase is that modern plumbers aren't just guessing based on symptoms. They're acting as true diagnosticians. They deploy video inspection cameras deep inside your pipes to see if it's roots or grease. They use electronic leak detectors to pinpoint the exact failure without tearing up your walls unnecessarily. And then, absolutely crucially, they explain these findings to you in plain language before a single decision is made. Once the issue is mapped out, the resolution is swift and methodical. They utilize professional-grade materials under code, providing transparent, fixed flat-rate pricing, so you know the exact cost up front. No surprises. And once that new system is installed, they don't just pack up their trucks. They rigorously verify water pressure at all fixtures and flush the drains to confirm perfect flow. Their commitment to complete restoration really comes through in their process. They literally do not consider a job complete until the system functions perfectly. It's exactly what you should expect from any professional entering your home. It proves that a plumbing crisis doesn't have to leave a permanent scar on your property, your schedule, or your peace of mind. So, if there's one thing you take away from this explainer, it's this. Your home is a complex, living, breathing system. It is in a constant tug of war with the earth, the water table and the minerals flowing right through it. Proactive maintenance, like checking those sump pumps and hydrojetting those aging drains, is really the only way to outpace the natural decay of our aging infrastructure. As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with a bit of a provocative thought. Knowing what you know now about the shifting clay, the aggressively expanding tree roots, and the silently rusting galvanized steel, what unseen forces are at work beneath your floorboards right now? Take a moment today to listen to the pipes in your walls, check the pressure at your sinks, and ask yourself if it's time to bring a professional in to illuminate the hidden mechanics of your home. Thanks so much for joining me for this deep dive.